Good afternoon, everyone. In the previous class, we are discussing about the characteristics of series and compound generator and the conditions for building up of and non-building up of EMF. And in this class, we are discussing about define the critical field resistance and critical speed from OCC and know the necessity of parallel operation. What are the conditions for parallel operation and the procedure for paralleling operation of DC generators, and explain the use of equalizer rings in parallel operation and applications of DC generator and the working of welding generator. So in this second chapter, this is the last topic. So these all are covered from last presentation. So what are the definition of critical field resistance and critical speed? What is the necessity of parallelization, conditions for parallel operation, and the procedure for paralleling of DC generators, and the use of equalizer rings, applications of generators for different types of generators, and working of building generators. So in this open circuit characteristics, already we have studied the open characteristics curve drawn between no load EMF and the IF field current. So it is the characteristics curve drawn between the no load generated EMF, the armature and field current at a given fixed speed, and the critical field resistance and critical speed. The critical field resistance is the value of the resistance represented by the tangent to the curve OCC. So already we are drawn the curve open circuit characteristics for DC series motor, shunt motor and compound motors. The value of the resistance represented by the tangent to the curve was known as open curve. For the open circuit characteristics, already we have studied this draw some residual magnetism curve. So for this tangent is known as critical field resistance, the value of resistance. The critical speed means the speed for which the given shunt field resistance represents the critical resistance. So the speed for the which the given shunt field resistance represents the critical field resistance. See, what is the necessity of parallel operation of DC generator? Whether in AC or DC stations, there will not be large in single units. So the total load which has to be supplied by generating stations vary depending upon the demand. So these loads are generally supplied by a number of small units in parallel. When it is connected in series, when suppose when three generators connected in series, if one of the generator fails, the total entire system will be fail. So when connected in parallel, when three generators connected in parallel, suppose if the one generator will be due to short circuit or anything, so fail, so another two generators will be running. So when we are that's why we are connecting generators in parallel only. So if one of the generator fails, so another generator will be supplies the current. So when the total load which has to supplied by the generating stations vary depending upon the load demand, these loads are generally supplied by number of small units in connected in parallel only. So why it is connected means parallel means continuity of survey. When it is connected in series, the total system will be total power will be off. So if the one of the generator fails, so total will be fail. In parallel, so if one of the generator fails, entire supply will be given. So that means the continuity of service will be provided and the efficiency will be more. Maintenance and repair. Extension of plant. So continuity of service. So how it will be continued? If the power plant consists only in single unit, in the event of breakdown of the prime mover or the generator, so entire station will be shut down. So to overcome this, so if several small units are connected in parallel units, if one unit fails, the power will be supplied to remaining units and the continuity of service will be maintained. So if the one circuit will be fail, so another circuit will give the continuity of supply. So efficiency, the generator operates most efficiency when delivering full load. So hence when load is light, single unit is used. When the heavy load is used, so number of units connected in parallel. So that's why efficiency will be increases. So when the load is increases, another unit can be connected in parallel. So maintenance and repair. When generator run in parallel, one can be kept in rest. Right. Maintenance means if the one generator fails, another generator will be kept in parallel. So when generator run in parallel, so another generator will be kept in resistance. So remaining it will be supplied to the load. That means when the load is low, only one generator will supply the total amount of power. So when the load is increases, the two generators connected in parallel, so two generators will be running. So the remaining unit is supplied to the load. So unit at rest can be inspected periodically. If one unit gets breakdown, it can be repaired with more care because other units can take care of load. So if one unit breakdowns, it can be repaired with more care because other units can take care of load. Means if the load will be increased in only appear in one generator, so the load will because of that load the generator may damage. So be more careful because other units can take care of the load. Next, extension of the plant. The load demand increases day by day, right? So the other units can be added for parallel operation to meet the increasing the load demand. So always load will be increases. So for that load, so when we are already adding more generators parallel. So what is mean by parallel operation? To supply load instead of using single large unit, various small generators are connected in parallel. This is called parallel operation. So when running in with one generator, so we are connected in number of small generators connected in parallel. So that is known as parallel operation. What is the conditions for operation of the generators? The polarities should be similar. This is the main important point when connected in parallel. When the two polarities should be same, that means one is connected to positive to the one terminal, another connected to negative terminal, means both will be damaged. So when positive is connected to positive terminal only, the negative terminal of the generator connected to another negative terminal of the generator. So the positive and negative terminals of the incoming generator should be connected to the respective positive and negative terminals. That means positive is connected to positive terminal, the negative is connected to negative terminal of the bus bars. If the polarities are not same, the short circuit will occur. It damages the brushes, so armature and so the total will be damages. The voltage of generator should be equal. That means that equal rating of the generators will be connected in parallel. The voltage of the incoming machine must be equal to the bus bar voltage, and the voltage of the machine already connected to the bus. The voltage rating of the both will be same. If the voltages are not equal, the circulating current will flow to the load shared will not be equal. So the load will be changes. Here parallel operation of DC series generator. So see here the field winding is connected in series with the one generator. Here the field winding is connected to the generator of another generator. So here it is series generator, here it is series. These two are connected in parallel. Now this is the first generator and this is the second generator. This is the parallel operation of DC shunt generators. So one means a first generator. Here it is first generator connected in parallel to the another field winding, and this is the total parallel system. And this is the second generator connected in parallel, and is connected to the another. So same equal rating should be. The rating of this motor generator should be same. Parallel of DC shunt generators. See here. As shown in figure, the shunt generator number 1 is connected across the bus bar B. You see here, these are the bus bars and supplying some of the load when here the load is appearing. For putting generator number 2 in parallel with its following processor is adapted. So the armature of the generator number 2 is speeded by the prime mover up to its rated value. So the generator 2 is rotating by different speeds up to its rated value, and then switch S2 is closed. When the switch S2 is closed and the circuit is completed by putting a voltmeter V across the switches, the voltage meter shows the voltage. Adjust the excitation of the incoming machine until voltmeter reads 0. So when it is see here, the switch is open means when the switch is open circuited, so no current will be flowing up to some voltage will be shows the voltage will be 0 at across the switch S1. So after this, then it means that the terminal voltage is same as that of the generator number 1, and after this the switch S1 is closed, and so the incoming machine is parallel to the system. When the switch is in the system is closed S1, when the switch is S1 is closed, when the two generators connected parallel. So under these conditions the generator 2 is not taking any load, so because its induced EMF is same as the bus bar voltages, so no flow of current. This generator is said to be floating means both are in constant. So the changes in the shunt field rheostat of the incoming machine in the rising voltage direction and that of the other machine already connected to the bus bar in low voltage direction. So when these changes in the directions till the desired load distribution is achieved. So here for DC series generator, equalizers, so coupling, that is equalizer bar is a conductor, it has low resistance. Equalizer bar is connected between the two armatures, end of these two armature. If the equalizer bar is not connected, so when the load on the one generator is increases, so it increases, series field current will pass. So when the one generator of the increases, load increases, so it will fall on the current field will increases, IF field also increases. So through this series field coil, the equalizer bar and the generator connected in series field winding. When the IF is increases, so because of this IF, the second generator will be connected in series, and both the generators are connected similarly. So these are different applications of DC shunt generators, and shunt generators are used for ordinary lighting and power supplies and charging batteries. Series generators used for boosters in railway service, right? So because of this high starting torque, in series generator we are using in electrical railways. And DC welding generator, here DC power sources of arc welding, and the motor is DC generator sets, MG set, and diesel engine, that is means DC generators. So diesel engine and DC generators, and the transformer rectifier sets. So these are the most important. One is motor and the DC generator sets, and diesel engine and transformer rectifier set. So DC power source of arc welding for DC welding generator. Suitability of DC generator for welding. So which generator is suitable for DC for welding generator? So a DC short shunt differential compound generator is most suitable for welding because of its dropping characteristics. So in differential compound generator, the open dropping characteristics will be already we are studied. So in short shunt differential compound generator is most suitable for welding generator. As the welding arc length increases, arc voltage increases and the current decreases, vice versa. Means if the arc length is increases, voltage is also increases. If the voltage increases, current decreases. If the arc length is decreases, voltage decreases, current will be increases. The generator voltage welding ranges, here the voltage is generator voltage welding ranges are, arc voltage will be 15 to 40 volts, and the open circuit voltage is 50 to 70 volts. Here the circuit diagram of welding generator, means already we are studied the suitable for welding generator is short shunt compound generator. Here the short shunt means the generator is first connected to shunt winding, and again this connected to series field winding. Here it is short shunt generator. So again here across the load we are connected in some voltage for voltmeter reading and connected in series with the current armature current. So here these two are connected to arc, and this one is connected to welding. Here when this electrode is connected to work or field, the load will be short circuited. That means some spark will be produced. So the welding generator is suitable for only shunt generators. Here it is DC shunt generator. The working principle of DC welding generator is DC short shunt compound generator is used for welding. I already studied the DC short shunt compound generator is used for welding. It works on dynamically induced EMF, right? So the generator principle also you are using in the main working principle of DC generator is it works on the principle of dynamically induced EMF. In short shunt differential compound generator, the series field winding is connected to in reverse direction so that the flux due to series field opposes the armature. Here the main point is in the series field winding is connected in reverse direction so that the field flux due to series field opposes the armature. You can see the diagram here. Here shunt field is coming like this and the series field is coming like that. Because of this reverse direction, here the flux will be reverses. It opposes the flux reverses due to the opposes the armature. So when the series field winding is connected in reverse direction so that the flux due to series field opposes the armature. So when the flux is reverse direction, series field flux, so it opposes the armature to obtain the dropping characteristics. When arc strikes, when the arc is strikes, when the load is connected, if load is increases, the voltage should decreases. When the load should be decreases, current will be increases. So when the arc is increases, load should be decreased to 18 volts for maintaining high weight. When the voltage is decreases, current will be increases. Due to the differential compound on open circuit of DC welding generator, the voltage should not increase beyond the range, that is not more than the 70 volts. So already we have studied that arc voltage should be in 40 to 70 volts only. So that the voltage should be up to 70 volts to provide safety and uniform welding. If the more voltage will be, so it occurs the damage of this generator. So up to 70 volts it will be enough for arc providing arc voltage. As the more temperature is confined to positive terminal, the DC welding generator negative terminal should be connected to electrode holder. So electrode holder means when the spark means electric holder to avoid consumption of welding electrodes. So till now we are discussing about the critical field definition of critical field resistance and the critical speed from OCC, and then what is the necessity of parallel operation and what are the conditions for parallel operation and procedure for parallel operation of DC generators in the series and shunt field winding, and what are the applications of DC generators and the applications of DC generator and the welding generator. Here I am explaining once again here. So what is the open circuit characteristics means the no load EMF versus field current when we draw the graph between no load generated EMF and field current. So from this we are studying the critical field resistance and critical speed. Critical field resistance is the value of the resistance represented by the tangent to the curve OCC is known as critical field resistance, and critical speed is for this resistance the speed for which given shunt field resistance represents the critical resistance. What is the necessity of parallel operation? It means when whether in AC or DC station there will not be large single units, the total load which has to separate generating stations depending upon the load. So these loads are generally supplied by the small units connected in parallel. So continuity of service, efficiency, maintenance and repair, and extension of plant. So continuity of service means if the power plant consists only one single unit, if it is damaged, the internal supply will be damages. So to overcome these are connected in parallel. So entire station will be shut down. So it's several units connected in parallel. If one unit fails, the power will be supplied by remaining units and the continuity of service will be maintained. The efficiency is the one generators operate most efficiently when delivering full load. Hence, when load is slightly connected in single unit is used. When the load increases, another unit can be run in parallel. And the maintenance, when the generator run in parallel, one kept in rest. The remaining unit will be supplied to the load. Unit at rest can be inspected periodically. If one unit gets breakdown, it can be repaired with more care because another unit can take care of load. Extension of plant. The load demand increases day by day. Then other units can be added for parallel operation to meet the increasing the load demand. And what is mean by parallel operation? To supply load instead of using single large unit, various small unit generators connected in parallel. This is called parallel operation. What is the parallel operation? The condition should be the polarity should be same. But it means when the generator connected positive terminal to the positive and negative terminal to the negative, when it is connected in reverse direction, the short circuit will be occurred at the brushes commutator and this will be damages. The positive and the negative terminals of the incoming generator should be connected to the respective positive and negative terminals of the bus bars. The polarities are not connected, not same, short circuit will occur. So it damages brush and armature and commutators. And the voltage of generator should be equal. The voltage rating of the generator should be equal. The voltage of the incoming machine must be equal to the bus bar voltage and the voltage of the machine already connected to the bus. If the voltage are not equal, the circulating current will flow, the load share will not be equal. Here the connection of the series generators, when these two series generator connected in parallel and the next shunt generator is connected in parallel. Here to know the value of this the rate same voltage having another generator. So when the switch is S2 is open means when already is connected bus bar second generator. So when the first generator is running, here the up to the voltmeter readings up to 0. So it known as it having same polarity. So when the switch is S1 is closed, so both the generators are running. Here generator 1 not connected across the bus bar BB and supplying some of the load. The 14 generator number 2 is parallel with the following processor. If the generator 2 is speeded by the prime mover up to its rated value, then the S2 will be closed. When S2 is open, the voltmeter read is up to 0. So because of this voltmeter reads 0, it means the voltage terminal voltage having same that of the generator 1. So when switch is S1 is closed, so the incoming machine is parallel to the system. Under these conditions, the generator 2 is not taking any load, first generator will taking the load. So no flow of current, the generator is said to be floating, means constant. So the change in shunt field rheostat of the incoming machine in the rising voltage direction of the another machine already connected to the lower voltage direction till the desired load distribution is achieved. So here the equalizer rings are when the series field winding the current will be increases, when the load is increases the current will be armature current will be increases. So due to this increasing the current, equalizer bar is connected to conductor having low resistance. Equalizer bar is connected between two armatures of the generators. When the load on the generator increases, it increases series field wiring it will be increases. So because of this series field coil, so equalizer bar and the unseries field winding, right? So it increases series field current will pass through the series field coil through the equalizer bar. So when it is increases in the first coil of the armature field coil, due to this field coil, the equalizer ring is connected to the another generator. So when these two generators will be both are affected similarly. Here the shunt generators are used for alternating power supplies and charging batteries, and the series generators are used for boosters and Indian railway systems. So because of these and lifts and hoists and cranes. So because means in series generator the load current field current versus the terminal voltage will be always constant. So directly proportional means so load current field current and voltage armature terminal voltage will be constant. So when the flux is increases, EMF also increases. EMF increases and the torque also increases. Torque increases, that means high starting torque will be produced in the DC series generators. So because of this high torque, so the current will be coming from origin. So this is we are using in series generators, DC welding generator. So in what are the main power source of arc welding is, one is motor and DC generator sets and diesel engine and transformer rectifier sets. So here we are studying DC welding generator. So in DC welding generator, what the suitability of DC generator means, short shunt compound generator is suitable for DC generator, welding generator. A DC short shunt differential compound generator is most suitable for welding because of its dropping characteristics. Arc welding, as the welding arc length increases, voltage increases. If the voltage increases, current will be decreases. Current increases. If the voltage is increases, current will be decreases. If voltage decreases, current will be increases. So vice versa. Generator voltage welding ranges are: arc voltage should be 15 to 40 volts, and the open circuit voltage should be 50 to 70 volts. Here the circuit diagram of the welding generator is here, short shunt generator. Here this shunt field winding is parallel to the generator, and this combination is connected in series with the series field winding. Here the direction is, see here the direction of this series field winding will be opposite. Here the working principle is the dynamically induced EMF. We work on the principle of dynamically induced EMF. And in short shunt differential compound generator, the series field winding is connected in reverse direction so that the flux due to series field opposes the armature. So in the main concept is the flux due to series field opposes the armature to obtain the characteristics. When arc strikes, load will be increases. If the load is increases, the voltage should be decreases up to 18 volts. If the voltage decreases, the current will be increases. Due to the differential component on open circuit DC welding generator, the voltage should not increase beyond the range, that is more than 70 volts. So the open circuit voltage should not increase up to 40 to 70 volts, not more than the 70 volts, to provide safety and uniform welding. As the more temperature is confined to positive terminal, the DC welding generator, the negative terminal should be connected to electrode holder to avoid consumption of welding electrodes. So in this class we are discussing about critical resistance and definition of and critical speed resistance, critical speed from OCC, and the next of parallel operation, conditions for parallel operation of auto-weight connected processor for DC series generator and shunt generator. Explain the use of equalizer rings, applications of DC shunt generators and series generators, and working of welding generators.